arrived. It wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Go. Value 180.
Goff.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked out by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
2nd down and 6 now. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker
fighting his way through contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there. Check. Here we go. Ready.
Back to Walker on 1st down. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
70 Timberwolves.
Now back to throw. 20, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Cooper Kupp,
44 yards.
and the Seahawks will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Finding room at midfield.
And out across midfield down to the 45. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Yards on the play. That's another Detroit Lions first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Goff.
That's complete to the Porter.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
To throw is Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 4.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try for the first with Walker. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass and run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Finding Smith and Jigba downfield.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
A nice throw by the rookie from Alabama. That's a 1st down.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So nothing doing there. And it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it as we resume action. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That play unable to get started thanks to the defense of Quan Alexander. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Goff now looking to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jobe. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
He sets to fire deep. And this is caught. Touchdown.
Torrey Horton,
52 yards.
and the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now, we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked by Julian Love.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Panther 11, Panther, Cowboy 80. Let's go.
They're going to look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
19 Lions.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 52.
Myers' kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
3rd and 5.
Gone.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Detroit.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Mikey, hey, here we go. Strike. Ready.
Back to throw.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, That position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Lions. 18 Pioneer.
He'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. Past the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, 42 yards. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the most? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
This one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now it's gone. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. Will go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This is taken at the 23. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Go. 180.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hold on.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 9.
Black 20.
gun. Goff. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
They'll set up to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Let's go now.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now he's going to step up and run.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3.
18 Radley. 18 Radley.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Come on. Set. Big Lion.
3rd quarter begins with a run by Walker.
And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25.
48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up the first down.
And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, with how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
And they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Lions.
Now gone. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's now second and 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Gone.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Shaquille Griffin is the one who stuck him for the loss there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Goff now to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. A shotgun snap for Goff. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Cougar 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Now here's Michael Dixon. As his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that one is knocked down, but I don't think it's going to matter. The defense looked like they jumped. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Goff. And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
And boom. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Cougar 19. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try to make some plays in their backfield.
And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously. Nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They'll try and start this drive in the air. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pass caught, Arroyo right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Come on, come on.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down and 4.
Toss left side for Walker. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Brings up second and goal.
Let's go.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lions 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
That's to the tight end, Laporta. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Some big plays in the passing game on this chart. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Super!
Goff looking to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Go!
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And some room to work.
Now he's loose again.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, here's Goff. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Goff. They'll find Williams on the slant. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Goff now looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. A gain of 14. And the Lions, 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
We go, 76, 20. What's that?
Throwing again is Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
Dude, we go tonight. What's that?
To the air again, Goff. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
From 8 yards out.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
111 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Ready.
They run again with Walker. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Here we go. 19 Tiger.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.